Okay, but what we're going to do today is talk about entrepreneurship. And that's chapter 33 in your textbook. I don't think you guys got that quite that far yet. But who knows what an entrepreneur is? Okay?
Someone who risks their money and income to open up a business.
Okay? That's an entrepreneur. So what is entrepreneurship?
You act and starting your own business.
It's the process of starting your own business. All right. So what are some of the benefits of starting your own business? So again, what we're talking about this morning is entrepreneurship, and you have what it takes to become an entrepreneur. So there's a lot of questions, some people might ask when you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. I mean, do you have the self-motivation? Do you have the enthusiasm? Do you have the drive to succeed and all that? So some of the things you may want to ask yourself before you ever venture off into a business. Okay, so what we're going to do today, our objectives are to list ways that entrepreneurs and small business owners organize their businesses for success. We're going to list 3 types of business ownership and alternative ways of doing business, and 5 types of businesses in our economy. I'm going to explain how managers lead their organizations and list the responsibilities as a leader, identify a leader's characteristics, the styles of leadership, and leadership in teams, and produce examples of how the internet has changed business communications, commerce, and consumerism. Key terms, if you look at your book, chapter 33, I believe it's what, page 604, you'll start to find these terms, and then again we'll have an activity, a crossword puzzle that you'll be able to go through and kind of go over these terms and give you a little bit better understanding of what they are. Okay, our key terms today is entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, we've already discussed in the beginning. Franchise, sole proprietorship, unlimited liability, partnership, general proprietorship, limited partnership, corporations, stockholders, foreign corporations, subchapter S corporations, DBA, and articles of incorporation. So those will be the things we're going to talk about this morning. Okay? Entrepreneurship is a business started by someone who notices a need for a product or service. Okay, what's something you may think of now that you might want to start a business as here in Beulah? Do you know of a need that's here?
A liquor store.
A liquor
We don't
store.
have
You don't
Yeah,
have
we
one?
do. There's that package store product up in the side.
Never mind, we've got one.
Okay, you got one. So we got the alcohol taken care of. Okay, what's another need that you might have here?
Food service.
A good restaurant. Okay.
It would be nice. Another convenience store.
A convenience store.
A dentist.
A dentist. Okay, and that is a source of entrepreneurship. Any source of business that we work in income.
What's fun about a dentist?
It's in a dealer.
Just don't make it if it's in the
Let's just hang on. Live their whole life.
Gotta be cheap and stuff.
Come in and work with the walk drills and stuff instead of moving tools. Okay. All right. Entrepreneurship soared in the late 1990s due to the internet. When the internet came about, commerce just boomed. And why was that?
Just you could send me talk to people
It was
from around the
new.
world.
It makes what?
You can talk to people from around the world in time of a few seconds.
You can buy from around the world within a matter of seconds. What did it do about supply and demand? If you think about basic economics, what is economics? It's all about supply and demand. If there's a lot of supply, there's not a whole lot of demand for it, is there? If there is a little supply, there's a great demand for it. And so, therefore, if there's a little supply and there's a great demand for it, what does that do for prices? It makes prices really high. Right. For example, take something like Harley Davidson. I love motorcycles and love Harley Davidsons. So if you go back into the 70s, when Harley Davidson started having a lot of problems with their product and they were oversupplying, they got to where they were not selling very many, and so they ended up selling the company to A&E. All right, so, but later, the Davidson said, wow, you know, we would really like to get our company back, so they were able to get the resources and the entrepreneurs to invest back into the company, and they bought it back. So how did they make it such a success? One thing is they started to control the supply and demand. They would limit different stores with the number of motorcycles they were allowed to sell. And so by doing that, it don't matter how bad you wanted one, you couldn't get one. You know, if you wanted that Softail Classic, you may have to get on a waiting list for 2 years or 3 years before you would even, your name would come up to where you could even buy one. And so that drove up all the prices of the new ones from a typical motorcycle in the late 80s, mid 80s to late 80s, from a typical $6,000 or $7,000 to $15,000 and $20,000. What's going on today with the supply and demand that you guys are probably aware of? iPhones?
But
Huh?
demand for the new technology is going up. Demand for new technology is going up. iPhones,
Demand for technology is going up. Like the iPhone 4S, you can go to any Verizon store anywhere around here, and you can't find one. Nobody has them.
Sprint has one. You can get them in Sprint really easy.
You got one
At Sprint stores.
at the Sprint store. Sprint may have them. I think that the demand in this area is Verizon.
Yeah.
Because of coverage, so everybody's looking to buy one through Verizon, and nobody has them.
If you're gonna buy it in 3 months, it's gonna be one just like it is better. You've wasted how much money on it.
There's always upgrades, and that's the thing about
That's
technology.
what I don't do with technology.
Okay. Then now, going back to the advantages of entrepreneurship, we talked about gaining profit. We talked about setting your own hours. Here you can work from home. You get to show your expertise and your skills, and you get the satisfaction that all the weight of being an entrepreneur or owning your own business is all on your shoulders. Whereas, you know, you take the risk. So if you blow it, you decide to stay home all day, sleep late, and don't put in the effort to make your business succeed, guess what? It's not. But it's all on you. But if you're jumping up early, you're getting after it, you're going after the money, and you become a success, well, it's all on you again, because you're the one to make it happen. Okay? Next. What are some disadvantages? Disadvantages, pretty much what we just talked about. You have total responsibility for the business, for its success or its failure, and you will have to spend long hours. You know, you got to be the early bird that gets the worm. You got people with owls and soar with eagles in the morning, and the financial risk. A lot of times you're putting up your own money. You're putting up everything you own to be a success. And so, therefore, some people like to go into a business that is already established and create a franchise or start a franchise. What's the name of a franchise you guys? McDonald's is one. What else? Burger King, Subway, KFC. All these are big restaurants. Okay, what's another franchise business?
Walmart.
Walmart's our franchise.
Express Oil Change,
How does Walmart have a franchise?
Shell.
Because Walmart owns all.
Yeah, just pretty much gas stations, fast food.
GameStop.
98, probably about 89.
And the reason you would want a franchise,
It's like a security blanket.
security blanket, because
Kinda.
it already has what?
Established the name, but
Because
no.
if one goes down, you have one right down the road.
It already has an
It doesn't
established
help you,
It
reputation.
doesn't help you.
I'm talking about why does it help? Why is not 89% of them like that? Because it gives you a little bit more security when it comes. Because everybody knows what McDonald's is.
And everybody expects a certain quality.
That's the where you got customer.
You got to pay. You don't have to do it.
And then with a lot of franchises, because they already have a reputation, they work hard for that reputation, and because they expect a certain quality. If you go to McDonald's in Opelika, or if you go to McDonald's in Beulah, don't know how big
What's your other
Hey,
thing?
one of your next franchises here, one of you guys is gonna start a McDonald's. Okay, but if you, okay, so if you get to a McDonald's in Atlanta, Birmingham, McDonald's, in Auburn or Opelika, and you order a double cheeseburger with fries, does it taste the same?
No, yes, yes, it does taste the same.
No,
It tastes the
because
same. It's supposed to though, isn't
It tastes better
Yes,
than that.
because they get the ingredients from the same
it?
place.
The ingredients are the same because it's all comes from one main warehouse.
because the Tiger Town that I work at, our sweet, I mean, McDonald's I work at, Tiger, sweet tea there, horrible. Sweet tea in Valley, great.
I agree with
Because
that.
who makes it?
Yeah, because they get their materials from the same place, it's all depending on who makes it.
It's always room for humanity.
Yeah.
And our grill doesn't work
They never
Just don't
figured
go to
out.
Tiger Town.
Don't go to Tiger Town McDonald's.
Go to South College, it's so much better. Or 280.
Hey, go tell him, man, for that.